Hello, my friends. Jacob's here once again, and so are all of you. Ha ha ha! I'm so happy that you tuned in to today's Out of This World broadcast. That's right, you hear that? That's the old music.
And oh boy, what a show we have today. SpaceX rocket crashing into the moon is just the beginning, and there's more to this story than you know. Did you hear that 2022 is going to be a turning point in the study of UFOs? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sure you saw my short about the bizarre radio signal from our backyard in space repeating every 18 minutes. Some of you even told me on Twitter that 18 is actually code for 666. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. I don't know if that's what it's code for, but I do know 18 U.S. code 666 has to do with theft and bribery, programs that are federally funded. That's interesting. What's more interesting is 18 minutes is actually 1,080 seconds. Something inspired me to look it up in Strong's Concordance. What does it mean? Well, it means to beget, to bring forth, as in only begotten, or to be born again. Interesting, right? But what's more interesting is this signal from space was actually 18 minutes and 18 seconds long. 3 times in 1 hour. And that in Strong's means to deceive wholly, seduce thoroughly, deception itself. Or could it be an end of deception? Could that 1818 come from Revelation, where we read about the beast system, Babylon the Great, that harlot city? Could that be what the alien signal from space means? Is it speaking of destruction of a wicked system that is in place? Or is there more? Well, people online tried to decipher the signal, and Uri Geller, the famous psychic mentalist who bends spoons with his mind, he's warned NASA and others, prepare for an alien invasion. The irony is, scientists believe the aliens are already here. How about them apples, huh?
I got everybody obsessed right now with octopuses and jellyfishes and everything else. Oh! Wait till you get a load of the alien invasion that may have already happened. Like literally. That's right. So I hope you are buckled up. Welcome back to the program. Speaking of being buckled up, everybody's talking about that movie Don't Look Up. Yes, I've covered it. Many a time. A lot of people are very interested in the things that are going on out there in space, the final frontier, or as Elon Musk calls it, where I came from.
I'm being tongue-in-cheek. I don't believe that Elon is the alien that he claims to be. I don't believe that he is the alien that he responds to others when they ask. That he says, I am an alien. I don't believe that he's actually the imperator of Mars, which means the commander of Mars, or the leader of Mars. I do find it strange that in 1953, Wernher von Braun wrote in his book Project Mars that the leader of a Martian government would be Elon. And then here he is. Also strange, the head of Israeli space defense told the world just in 2020, there's a galactic federation, aliens exist, Trump knows about it, but the world isn't really ready yet.
I was going to come on and just talk about the SpaceX rocket that is on a collision course. Get that, collision course with, of all things, the moon. That's right. And you know I've been talking about moon booms for a long time. The moon boom, right? I hid that away in thumbnails. Talking about how I've been concerned that something might crash into the moon. Over the last couple of years, I've spoken about the Artemis mission. You know, the fact that the hunt is on and that something is coming our way. Something has been coming our way from space for quite some time, all of these interlopers, these interstellar interlopers, or as the big professor at Harvard says, Oumuamua, the alien crafts that have been coming and visiting. A lot of weird stuff connected to the moon. Yeah, I've done program after program. March 22nd, 2022, I had a show called Warning, Objects in the Mirror Are Closer Than They Appear. SpaceX and NASA to the rescue? With a big question mark. This one. Once again, the moon, once again, a collision. So strange. July 20th, 2021, I talked about judgment coming and Gideon's army rising. And in thumbnail, I even hid away, look to the moon. Take a look. In 2020, July 27th, a whole program about witches hexing the moon. Remember the witches, the little baby witches, the TikTok witches? They all hexed the moon. Remember that? They also did something that had to do with the election. And their little hex came true. I guess. I think it's all programming. I think it's all nonsense. But what's the fascination with the moon, you say? Got that movie coming out, Moonfall, where the moon's like, falling into the earth. Brings up the question. Remember a while back we had all the observatories shutting down, all the airspace things were canceled, all of this stuff. On the program, if you're new, this is something I've been fascinated with. The creation of the Space Force, the DART mission, all the things that they've been doing. Everybody racing to get to the moon. Israel with their bare sheet. There's a bare sheet in the woods. Oh God, I'm so immature. Their mission where, they ended up crashing the encyclopedia of all things and tardigrades and everything else on the moon. Yeah, why were they sending it out there? Why were they sending all of the information about mankind to the moon? Why was China trying to get to the dark side of the moon? Why is all this stuff about the moon? Do you remember a while ago on YouTube? It was supposedly something hit the moon and, then YouTube went down, all the interesting stuff that was surrounding it. I don't know if any of it's true. I'm just saying I remember thinking about it, hearing about it, and talking about it myself. Something about the moon. The moon boom coming soon. And now we have a SpaceX rocket, which for 7 years, like space junk, has been bumping around in space. It is 100% gonna hit the moon now. Okay, experts say the booster was originally launched February 2015 as part of an interplanetary mission to send a space weather satellite on a million-mile journey. Well, it didn't do so good. It's been following this chaotic orbit, and it's been going back and forth and back and forth. And now, this 4 metric tons of space junk is on a collision course, and it's going to hit with a velocity of about 2.5 kilometers per second in a matter of weeks. That's right. That brings us to the water tiger. Bill Gray, who writes software to track near-Earth orbits, objects, asteroids, and minor planets, says that the Falcon 9's upper stage will likely hit the far side of the moon near the equator. Now, I'm not saying anything's gonna happen, okay? Because once again, I'm a writer here. This is for entertainment purposes and spiritual encouragement, as the disclaimer says on the program. So, don't anybody take anything I'm saying as if I know something, because I don't. But I can't help thinking, the Dragon rockets, right, that SpaceX uses, and the dragon, how it drags its tail, the stars coming down from, heaven, crashing into the earth. I'm not saying that's the case, of course, because I think it's spiritual in nature, but one thinks, could there be more to the story that they're not telling us? Could this be why they're all acting so weird, the lockdowns and everything else? Maybe it was more. Maybe some people say maybe there's something else going on. Some people think it's an alien invasion. I'm not saying I'm the one, because I think that's ridiculous. But some people, they like to send me all the things they find about jellyfish and octopuses and all that stuff because, release the Kraken and all. I mean, I'm not saying that like jellyfish or octopus, they're aliens, but I will say that scientists are. How about them apples? Yeah. I've talked about this before in the past, but just a couple of hours ago, because I was doing this whole show on like the octopus and the jellyfish, so this comes up. New research paper claims that octopus are actually aliens from outer space. How cool is that, right? Remember I just did a program a little while ago where I talked about the strange octopus hybrid statue, like an octopus and a human, right? You look at all you think about all that, kind of like a man being the host body and the octopus being the mind behind it, kind of like making the human kind of a slave, like mind control, like a zombie. That would be weird, right? That would be weird. Considering I got everybody on the jellyfish octopus kraken invasion sending me stuff again and again and again. So many people are so confused as to why they see so many jellyfish they even hear. And right now there's like a massive bloom in Australia or something. They said it's bigger than they've ever seen. It's just it's just out there. It's out there. You start thinking about it, you start hearing about it, you start seeing it everywhere, I guess. One of those things, Well, the paper's titled Cause of the Cambrian Explosion, Terrestrial or Cosmic. Now, it was originally published in the journal Progress of Biophysics and Molecular Biology. And a lot of the paper makes sense, they say. Paper starts to get a little freaky when they refer to octopus. According to the paper, cephalopods like octopuses and squids actually fell to Earth from space. But get this, not like a virus that turns into, but like they were frozen little embryos. Frozen embryo octopus or jellyfish or whatever you want to call it, fallen to here from space. That sounds like an alien invasion to me. I'm just saying, it's in a scientific paper. So, I mean, I don't know. It's not like it's all over television, right? It's not like it seems like every series that I am watching or have heard about has to do with some kind of alien coming down and, possessing a human host. The Apple TV show Invasion about the black goo creatures that come down and basically take over. Not to mention, hey, perfect timing, right? Speaking of octopuses, season 2 of Resident Aliens coming back to Sci-Fi. Harry's back on Earth and he's kidnapping, guess what? An octopus in Sci-Fi's Resident Alien season 2 premiere. Has to do with an alien that's kind of like an octopus-like creature that wants to take over the human race. It's a story. Do you know, you remember Suicide Squad 2? A lot of people reached out to me. They're like, oh, you got to see the villain on that. I'm like, yeah, I saw it when it first came out. I knew it was in the comics, too. I like all those. I like DC, I like Marvel, I like I like comic books. I like superhero stuff. Speaking of superheroes, a lot of people were sending me wonderful emails about, remember I told you I had the thing with my heart? They said, Jacob, that was the day of a massive solar flare. That may be what the cause was. And that there is some, believe it or not, there's some science to back this up, that there is we have a magnetic field. Your heart has a magnetic field, believe it or not. Your heart's in tune with like the pulse of everything, the pulse of this earth and the pulse of your heart. Very amazing how God created us all. But they said, you could have been smacked with the solar flare. So I'm saying I'm probably going to be like a superhero now. I probably got the upgrade. That's probably what it was. And I was panicking. I'm like, I'm going to be too powerful. I mean, I already got the shirts to wear. They're all so tight. Dun, da, da, da. But superheroes, right? So, what was it? Squad? What are they called? Squad? I was just talking about it. Suicide Squad, right? Suicide Squad 2. Written and directed by that guy who liked to make all the jokes about the children, horrible jokes about children, who still has a job, and, which is crazy. It's just crazy to think that any of his humor. But Suicide Squad 2 has to do with an invasion, alien invasion, making people zombies, like mind control. These are like these octopus, starfish, jellyfish-like creatures that come over and they suck on your face, and you walk around looking like you got the all-seeing eye. Take a look. But that's not the only movie that has to do with aliens taking over. Because that would be thin, right? This would be a thin theory for us to talk about. Right now, there's another movie. You like the Marvel movies, don't you, with Iron Man and all that stuff? Well, Marvel's coming out with their invasion, the secret invasion, which has to do with the Skrull. The Skrull, where they come in and take over. They seem to be they seem to be human, but they're not. They're Skrull. And they take over the superheroes and the politicians and everything else. Secret Invasion is currently filming in the UK, and it's going to be on Disney Plus. That's exciting, right? More alien takeover films to watch. Not to mention, on HBO Max, I've been watching Peacemaker with John Cena, who, when I was at the WWE, he was still coming up. He was still in his training. I never got to work with John. But he's very funny as Peacemaker in this. And once again, written and directed by this guy that probably should be looked into. Gunn is his name, James Gunn. Should be looked into. Some of the things, I read a lot of the things that he tweeted that he thought were funny. And it was just, not good. But Peacemaker, hey, take a wild guess what that's about. It's about aliens taking over, going into... somehow coming into the human body, taking over. They're called butterflies, and they live in the brain. And they basically mind control humans. So pretty much everything we're watching on TV has to do with alien takeovers, right? I wonder how they could get in today. I wonder if there could be some kind of a mass plan of something that could somehow speed this invasion along. I don't know how it would work, but you tell me in the comment section, I mean, even the original movie Alien had that octopus-like creature. Remember, it was sucked onto the face, and then it impregnated them, and then the alien was birthed out of the human, kills the human. It's very distressing, very spooky. I don't like alien movies. But it does give you a lot to think about. There's a lot going on. I feel like we're in some kind of epic movie. We got stuff coming in from space. We got possible explosions on the moon boom possibly coming soon. Even today, as I'm working on the show, getting the show ready to come on here and kind of wing as I talk to you, because I wing this. Nature is Lit, which is just a really great Twitter channel that I don't think I follow them. Maybe I do follow them. They pop up every once in a while. But Nature is Lit today had this really cool picture of like baby octopuses looking like aliens. And now we know they are aliens. Now we know they are. Interesting stuff, huh? Well, what does that all have to do with you? I don't know. Does it mean that that there's an invasive species of possibly jellyfish, octopus-like creatures from another planet that came here as space embryos? Which, by the way, thinking about that, if we were on an ark of sorts from another planet and we came here, maybe Noah's Ark wasn't just, we thought it was a boat. Maybe it was something that took a bunch of embryos and then flew through and then found a planet that's very hospitable to humans, mankind. And perhaps that explains it. Perhaps Noah's flood literally already happened. And now we're at a place where it's happening again. And it's time to us to get into that ark. Really, the ark is we are the ark. And God is supposed to be dwelling in us and is. So as long as we put our faith there, we're okay. I don't like to come on here and get people all spooked out. I think this is exciting. And of course, I don't believe that we're being taken over by jellyfish-like aliens. I just find it really, like it would be a cool movie. It would be a cool movie, especially with all that's going on. Speaking of cool movies, the novel, because see, I'm one that says, opportunity, you shouldn't let opportunity pass by. I even tweeted something about opportunity just yesterday. But I got the, my novel, which is still doing very, very well. And of course, anybody who loves it, please do me a favor and tell people about it and leave a review on Amazon. Just get the word out. That's going to be so helpful. This, like I said before, this book to me is it's more than just a really awesome thrill ride of a read that has a whole other story hidden beneath it. Some of you who've reached out to me have found out that names mean things, that you think you're reading about one place, and then after you read it, when you contact me, you realize, oh my goodness, it's something spiritual too. It's very cool. It's a very cool novel, but it's meant to be a movie. Everybody who's left comments have said this to me. I'm a big movie guy. I like series. I love television. And so it's written very much like a bingeable series. So I decide, hey, what the heck, I had a really awesome Hollywood director on the channel a couple of years ago talking about a really cool topic called the Mandela Effect. Yes, and he's awesome, right? And I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but we don't have any kind of an agreement. I probably should share the video at the end of this video so you can see it, the Mandela Effect movie, which was just so cool. But the director, I kept in touch with him. I've kept in touch with him, and out of the blue, I think to myself, I should send him the trailer. See if he wants to read the screenplay. Sent him the trailer. He's asked for the screenplay. So now I got to go find the screenplay that I wrote years ago. It's like on one of my old computers, and now send it over to him. With faith, all things are possible. It's going to be a movie one day, right? Maybe one of you out there who've read it, maybe you have connections. Hey, why not say something for, old Jacob? Get the ball rolling. This is a story that can make the world a better place. This is a story that will help people. This is a story that will connect people once again to knowing that they are more than they've been told. And man, don't we need it today. Well, listen, so I'm excited. I'll let you know how that goes if anything comes of it. And in the meantime, thank you all to my patrons. Thank you for all of you that, get the merchandise, the Uranus is a Planet mug, and I Am a Witness shirt, and the Buckle Up shirt, and all that stuff, and those who purchase the novel and leave the reviews, and those that are just super, super awesome by sharing, liking, and commenting, and sending me encouraging emails. I appreciate all of you. Jason just emailed me today. He did a caricature of me. Check this out. People are sending me pictures of them with their I Am a Witness shirts on. So I'm going to start sharing this stuff with all of you because it means a lot to me. It really does, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it. I even had somebody who said that they're naming their baby Jacob. I don't know if it's because of me, but I mean, that's pretty cool too, right? It's a great name. I'm thankful. I love all of you. Please do me a favor and have the best day ever. Don't let any of this stuff get you down. Get excited, be kind, be genuine. There's a reward for those that do good in the world. And there are consequences for those who don't. So do the right thing. I love each and every one of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
September 10th. Mars hangs closer to the Earth than it has in 6,000 years. Like the light that led men from the East to a child in a manger, it could well be a sign of good things to come. Thomas James shall be his name. The world will change because of him. In the small town of Bethel, in a time not unlike our own, a child with a great purpose is born. Years later, alienated by his peers and abused, Thomas suffers a devastating loss. When it appears he has nothing left to live for in the world, this is when his true calling begins. While trying to escape the sinister powers that be, a terrifying vision haunts him. Miraculous events seem to follow the peculiar young man as he struggles to come to terms with what he was born to do. The stage is set. The time is at hand. The truth will rise and a revolution will begin. The startling revelation of who Thomas James is, truly, will change the lives of those around him and set off a chain of events long ago foretold. There is more to this novel than one might think. Inside these pages hides a treasure just waiting to be discovered. So if you've ever wondered if there's more to life, or why it is we suffer, then this story will not only captivate you, it may just open your eyes to a truth that could set you free. Find out what is in us all that makes us heed the calling. Click it.